Welcome back to the Superior Ball Knowledge Podcast.
We're
Yes, I
back
put emphasis on all the words in that sentence. Um,
for no reason.
Welcome back. We've got a fun one. I would consider this one to be a fun one. We're gonna dabble in
Yeah,
free agency. We
for sure.
give our initial reactions and whatnot, and then we're gonna jump into. I've got a theory about pizza styles for each pizza style that I care about. And then
Again,
we've
no idea what this man's about to say.
And then we're gonna tackle our top 5 list of movie trilogies. So buckle up. We've got quite a diverse crowd here tonight. Yeah,
That top
so
that top that top lip is very itchy, hasn't it?
dude, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Something itchy over here. I've been trying to get it just in passing and I haven't gotten it. So I'm
Guys, he tried for
itching my
about a
nose.
minute before he pressed record. It didn't go away.
Oh my gosh. Ruining my life over here. Anyways, welcome back.
Um,
We're back.
all right, Sam. So I think the plan is to go over our top 3 best signings, top 3 worst signings of free agency.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you go first with your 3 best.
First of all, before I get into that, I am, as you can tell, I've got a Bills sweatshirt on. The
And as you can
Bills,
tell, I don't give a damn about my team. I'm rocking a Kiss shirt.
uh, the Bills were frustrating me for the first few days. We ended up signing Bradley Chubb, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and of course we got DJ Moore before free agency started. At least we agreed to terms, but I was kind of upset that guys like Nick Cross got signed for 2 years and just $1 million more than C.J. Gardner-Johnson for a guy who's not a cancer in the locker room. And then
Well,
same thing with Jaquan Briscoe was even cheaper. So losing
well,
my mind
I'll,
over here.
I'll say this: with a new defensive coordinator, Jim Leonard, maybe they didn't fit his scheme. Look at
I
and the prime example I'm gonna give you is look at what my team is doing.
Yep.
Look at what Dallas is doing. We're getting scheme fits,
It was
plain
very
and simple.
confusing for a minute there why you trade Osa Digizua, but
Yeah, you finally figured out. Dude, I saw a tweet real quick before you get the list. Someone's like, please don't trade Oso Digizua. I just figured out how to spell his name 5 years later.
yeah.
And then not 4 hours later, he got dealt.
Yeah.
I miss the guy, amazing human being. Same with Solomon Thomas. I wish them both well.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Even though Osa's now a 49er, who I can never root for, but it's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame. All right. So my best here are we'll start bottom and go up. I think that I will actually say I'll say this. The Nick Cross contract, very team friendly for a safety who practically leads his position in tackles over the last few years. Don't fact check that, but he's
No, guys, go fact check it.
he's
Prove it
had
wrong.
he's had like over 100 tackles just about almost every year he's been in the league. Every year he started starting.
And just be
So
clear, this is your number 3 on the list?
this is my number 3. It's again, I base this off of how much they're paying him, like the
Yep.
contract,
Yep.
and then how good the player is. So
Fair. No, that's fair.
Trey Hendrickson getting paid over $100 million isn't going to make my list because while he's a good player, they paid full price. So I'm seeing who got
Well, they
the
didn't
best
pay
deal.
full price, but they did give him a bunch of money.
They gave him over $100 million. I'd say that's close enough to
Well,
full price.
28 million per year. He wanted over 30.
Right, but when no one's willing to pay it.
No,
Anyways,
except the
that
team that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
um at number 2, I've got Rico Dowdle. Now, there's a reason for this. He got 12.5 million over 2 years.
From
For
Pittsburgh.
for a guy who who had more basically led every single statistical category compared to reigning Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. So you get him for much cheaper, while he's not a Super Bowl MVP. Kenneth Walker was just unbelievable in the playoffs. Rico Dowdle had unbelievable games throughout the year, and he didn't even get the bulk of the carries for the most part.
That's
So,
fair.
I mean, Rico Dowdle finding a home in Pittsburgh, he should perform very well. And then at number 1, I have arguably the best linebacker last year, Devin Lloyd,
Yeah.
getting paid 15 a year for 3 years, compared to what we were seeing other defensive studs get. That feels like a steal. If he can perform and put up about half the numbers he did last year, Carolina will be very happy with their investment. Who are your
No, I agree.
top 3? Who are your top
Well,
3?
I'm glad that we have 3 different players.
I was trying to go in a different direction than you because I didn't want us to have.
Well, you don't know what direction I'm going in.
No, but I could kind of assume, and I'm like, I don't think he's going to do this one.
Well, I will say I did debate Rico Dowdle.
Yeah. Yep.
That one I did debate. At my number 3, I'm going to do Tariq Woolen to Philly.
It is a very friendly deal.
1 year, $15 million. Now, that's not. I didn't expect him to go 1 year.
I expected
Clearly,
a 3-year at least.
I did as well. I clearly anticipated him getting, that long-term deal that he was going to be seeking, and I know that he had some up and downs after his rookie year with Seattle, and he is prone to crash out. So it's going to be really funny as of right now when we record this, watching him line up against George Pickens twice a year.
Now, I have to say that cornerback room is looking really good.
And it ain't going to matter. Just saying. Hey, and I have the videotape to prove that last year.
All right, who you have at number 2?
I will say him, Cooper DeJean, and Quinyon Mitchell is going to be gross. That means DeJean's going to be in the slot. That's disgusting.
I'm concerned about their back end help.
Yeah, because Reed Blankenship's gone to Houston.
He's gone. Who was their other safety this past year? Did I forget?
Clearly neither one of us know, and that means it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I like it. I like the way this guy thinks.
Number 2, and this is not a homer pick. I have my reasonings. Jalen Thompson.
Here we go.
Really? Bro.
Go ahead.
Bro.
Make your case. Make your case.
All right. So Jalen Thompson, 3 years, $33 million. That can go up to 36.
Yeah.
Okay. For a guy who can play box safety, which is the strong safety. He's played a little bit of free safety. Not much, but a little bit. And he can play the nickelback spot.
Sidney Brown. That's who played safety.
Yeah, Sidney Brown's not good.
Better than
I watched it. Well, of course, better than me. Look at me. No, but so Jalen Thompson, very versatile player. Now, Sam, I don't know if you know this. Jalen Thompson, from the safety position, only missed 5 tackles in the entirety of the 2025 season.
Sounds like Christian Benford over 3 years.
Sound tackler. And this is actually his second contract. He signed an extension with Arizona after his rookie deal. I think for a Dallas Cowboys team, objectively speaking, that needed help defensively, especially in the tackling department, because my Lord, that was awful to watch last year. Not just as a Cowboys fan, but as a football fan.
It was a really bad defense.
You watched, half the games with me. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't like the Cowboys, so it's weird how much Cowboy knowledge I have now.
Well, thanks. You have me to thank for that.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately,
getting a sound tackler for that defense, I'm objectively speaking, I'm not taking the rest of the defense into account. He raises the floor from last year. Now, granted, the floor is already very low, but he raises it, I'm going to say, exponentially higher when you pair him with Malik Hooker and also newly acquired PJ Locke in the safety.
Fair enough.
My number 1.
Your number 1. Hit me.
Was going to be a Dallas Cowboy until his friend Quay Walker told him, I'm going to Vegas. and he decided to go play with his friend Quay
I have
Walker
heard
and Eric
this.
Stokes.
I have heard these exact words from Eddie's mouth 4 times now.
Well, there's also now Twitter proof for it because Nakobe Dean said it himself. He's like, yeah, once Quay texted me, Quay's like, I texted him all day Monday. And then when I announced I'm going to be a Raider 5 minutes later, he did. There is proof on there on Twitter. It's there. But Nakobe Dean at 3 years, $36 million is a steal for a guy that is a really good Mike linebacker who can also blitz the passer. Sam, he missed the first half of the year last year and got 3.5 sacks from the Mike spot.
Wow.
And the Philly defense was much improved down the stretch because of him.
Fair enough.
This is a guy who should wear the green dot out in Vegas, right? With a new coaching staff, brand new defense that's now keeping Max Crosby. Baltimore, what are we doing? But we won't get too much into that right now. And I just think Nakobe Dean is going to show why he deserved Devin Lloyd money, Leo Chenal money, in terms of he's more closer to he's like the in between. Chenal got about a little over 8, Lloyd got 15, he got about 12. He's basically in between. I don't think Quay Walker deserved more money than him. Quay Walker
I
got
don't
more
think
money.
I disagree. I agree with you that
He's going to prove why he should have gotten the Quay Walker type of deal, the Devin Lloyd kind of deal. He got the same money as Tremaine Edmonds, and Tremaine Edmonds, I think, is not as good as Nakobe Dean now.
Fair enough. That's fair to say. I think that Tremaine Edmonds is coming off a really good year. Again, he seems to be.
I don't disagree.
I think
I think Nakobe Dean is a player. The only reason he got as little as he did is because of the health.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Tremaine Edmonds has been really good. I would not discredit that. If I hadn't forgotten about it, I probably would have put him on my list. So it is what it is. But
see, Sam, I told you 3 different players from each of us, and I think all 6 are very good value.
The other thing that you have to keep in mind is that, let me find him real quick. Tremaine Edmonds has been in the league for,
can we
9
have a
years.
consensus? Yeah, it's ridiculous, by the way.
And is it 9 years? No way, it's 9 years.
Can we have a consensus
8 years.
best signing? Can we have a consensus best signing?
We may.
Mike Evans.
Yes. That's a perfect signing for San Francisco.
Like,
they didn't have to pay ridiculous money, but this is a guy that as long as he doesn't fall, as long as he doesn't fall on his shoulder wrong and break his clavicle again.
Yep, collarbone, clavicle, so yeah.
Then that's a perfect sign. Brock Purdy, as much as I love Ricky Pearsall, as George Kittle goes down with injury every year. They finally have a guy who can go and get 1,000 yards very easily. They did take the pressure off of everyone.
They did keep the backup tight end Jake Tonjes around as well.
And Tonjes was really good last year.
He was. But Mike Evans raises the floor of that offense, gives Brock Purdy a true number 1 that's not Brandon Ayuk, who's a lazy bum who won't do his rehab properly and decided not to rehab with the team, which is why he's going to get cut inevitably if they can't find a trade partner, who would want to trade for that contract. Evans is probably the best receiver Purdy will have had in his NFL career. I think that's a safe bet to say.
Definitely a safe assumption. His best receivers would probably be George Kittle. I know he had Debo. I know he had Ayuk during Ayuk's best year.
Yep.
But
and obviously when you get within the 5-yard line, it's an automatic touchdown.
I would almost argue that Christian McCaffrey has been one of his better receivers.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But and that's also the biggest shocker of free agency. I will also mention biggest shocker of the free agency is Mike Evans, and I'm not a Bucks fan. It pains me to see him not in a Bucks uniform anymore.
I think that I have someone else who was a bigger surprise. I just can't remember. I remember seeing Mike Evans to the 49ers, and I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. But it's like, I can't even imagine him in a 49ers jersey. It's still
well, and
rad.
the fact that he most likely left because they didn't fire Todd Bowles is just undeniably awful from the ownership, the Glazers. It's awful.
Eddie's roommate is a Bucks fan, and it's pretty funny to hear whenever I'm talking to Eddie on the phone to hear him crash out in the background. Wow.
But this time is a fair time to do it because
It is.
it's the entire fan base that's crashing out.
It's the entire fan base. The entire team is falling apart for the most part. Very glad they drafted Emeka Egbuka, but holy.
Yeah,
I
they didn't even
criticized that
glad.
pick last year a little bit, and I ate those words
Very quickly.
the first half of the season. Second half, I didn't have to as badly, but
So, hit me with your 3 worst signings. Here's the thing. We both have the same number 1.
I changed mine. I have a different one.
No.
And you might agree with me. You should agree with me.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
So,
We'll see. Because we've talked about a certain player a lot.
we have. Let me point one thing out, by the way. The Giants just signed Tremaine Edmonds, right? Tremaine Edmonds has played 8 years in the league. He has played a full season, or he's played 13 or more games every single year. 8 years in the league. How old is he right now?
29.
27.
Huh?
He's 27. This is the best part because I remember when the Bills drafted him, the dude was barely 20. I think he turned 20 when he finally got signed, but he wasn't. He somehow
Wow.
he's super young guy.
Fair enough.
So that's a guy who's.
I mean,
got
replacing
a lot of,
Bobby Okereke with Tremaine Edmonds is well done by New York. Done.
New York has
well done.
impressed me tremendously in this offseason. Anyways, my
well, the Giants did just sign Calvin Austin, so Steelers fans will be a little upset.
Steeler fans love Calvin Austin. I will tell
and he
you
left.
that.
And he left.
Yeah. My number 3 is Kwity Paye.
Yeah, he's on my list too.
Let me see if I can find.
I think I had him at 2. That's terrible.
They paid him
$16 million a year.
It's a 3-year, $48 million, $32 million guaranteed.
Right? Do I have that right? 16 a year?
Is that? I don't know. I don't do math.
Is it you said 48 mil, right?
48, 32
yes,
guaranteed.
It's 16 a year.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, gross.
And in his career, he has never had more than 8.5 sacks.
Yeah, no. Gross.
And he's coming off a season where he has, outside of basically his rookie year numbers, which is under 40 tackles, 4 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 6 tackles for loss. Like, if he was a good run defender, that'd be one thing. But his numbers are just so
He went to Vegas, right?
He went to Vegas. Vegas paid him money. And
now
he's going to sit on the bench behind Max Crosby.
I'm going to point this out. Well, not behind Max Crosby. He'll be opposite Max Crosby.
Right.
This might help him.
Incidentally, yes, it's still a horrible signing.
No
matter what, it is a horrible. He could come out and have 15 sacks. It's a horrible signing because Max Crosby was not on the team.
Not there. He was not supposed to be on the team.
He was not supposed to be on the team. So that's all I have to say.
That's fair. Who's number 2?
Number 2 is Daniel Jones. 2 years, $88 million for a guy coming off an Achilles injury. While he played well before, torn Achilles. While he played well before, and he was actually looking like, oh my gosh, first 7 weeks he's in the MVP conversation.
He was.
He's not he does this every contract year. With the Giants, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He takes him and wins a playoff game. Even though he doesn't have the best numbers, he's the first quarterback to do that since Eli Manning. You have to bring him back. So
he also had 700 rushing yards that year.
He did have a lot of rushing yards. So you he was able to take what the defense gave him, and he had a very, very low turnover rate. While he didn't have a lot of touchdowns, he was able to convince the big people in New York to pay him a lot of money. And that,
rather than Saquon.
And then guess what happened? He got injured. Shocker! He got injured and he sucked. So he comes to Indianapolis Colts on a 1-year deal where they're already paying him too much money. That was still like a $16 million deal.
1 year, $14 million.
$14 million. Too much money for a guy coming off serious neck injuries and not playing well. And then his agent deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Can we talk about Daniel Jones?
I wonder, does he have the same agent as Kirk Cousins?
I would not be surprised. He should if he doesn't. Anyways, it's just bad. This is a Tua Tagovailoa problem. This is not going to pan well. The only way that this is going to work out is because it's a 2-year deal. And he will suck next year. Then he will play surprisingly well the year after that, and somebody's going to give him another contract. It's bound to happen.
What's funny is he's getting paid more money the first year than the second year.
It's
getting $50 million next year.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. Also, shout out Keldrick Falk feels like a Colt to me that just washed over my body.
I hope he goes to the Colts and not the Cowboys.
Anyways, he might not be a first-round pick, but I think he will go to the Colts for some reason. It's just something's clicking in my brain right now. Just got to yell that out.
Who's number 1?
We're staying with the Colts. Alec Pierce getting that much money is just wrong. He got more money than Mike Evans.
Well, age does play a factor.
He got more money than Michael Pittman. Like, I know he had 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Yeah. He did not have that many catches. If I'm not wrong, I think he had
47 catches.
Did he have 47 catches? Or did he have 37?
47. He had 47.
So he's a big... Yeah, he had 47.
47 his only 1,000-yard year.
And he had 1,003. This wasn't 1,100. This wasn't 1,150, 1,200. Then it starts to make sense. Even if he had 8 to 10 touchdowns, this starts to make more sense. He averages 21 yards per reception, 47 catches on the year. He's averaging just under 67 yards per game. This isn't a guy
that deserves 4 years.
That deserves
$114 million.
$116 million. How much of that is guaranteed? It's 116. I mean, he only had 84. It's a $29 million annual salary.
Which is 9th in the NFL for receivers.
And I could name 90 receivers I'd prefer over Alec Pierce.
90 is crazy, but...
I bet you I could name 32, maybe 40.
Well, you know what's funny is Alec Pierce took less money to stay with the Colts so they could to play with Daniel Jones.
First time those words have been uttered in that order, sir. Oh my
True,
gosh!
Though. Alec Pierce said he would have gotten 30+ million on the market if he left.
Is he talking about the same Alec Pierce as Alec Pierce, the wide receiver? Because feels like he's talking about a different athlete.
Now, I'm surprised you didn't include the guy that we've talked about for a while.
We've talked about him. The only reason I did not include him...
Because I'm having him.
...is because you're having him, and with that defensive line situation where he's at, he could pop off.
I don't think
Is he going to do enough to earn that contract?
I'll get to his name in a minute. But I don't think so. Now, I will say, Sam, all three guys on my list are edge rushers.
It was a very pricey market this year.
Now, we already talked about Kwity Paye. I had him at number 3 as well. I know I said I meant 2 earlier. I messed up. I meant 3. And we don't need to talk about him again. Number 2, Cincinnati. What are you doing? Giving Boye Mafe 3 years, $60 million. Guys, I know he's had a 9.
How many sacks did he have?
I'll get to that in a minute. I know he's had a 9-sack season. I know he's had a 6-sack season. He's coming off a 2-sack season.
He's coming off a 2-sack season. And mind you, sacks are a good thing.
Now, I do not know how many pressures he had, and he only did start 4 games. However, is that really worth $20 million a year?
No.
I think not.
You
had Trey Hendrickson in the building, and you didn't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. Guys, Trey Hendrickson is making $8 million more a year than Boye Mafe. I rather would have just given Trey Hendrickson the 4-1-12 if I'm Cincinnati. Like, guys, what are we doing? And then guess what, Sam? Cincinnati is a team. You didn't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. You didn't want to build a defense around him for the last 2 years. So what do now? Let's go get Boye Mafe. Let's go get Brian Cook at safety. Let's go add Jonathan Allen for $14 million a year when he could have just had Trey Hendrickson. And probably Cook and Allen. Guys, I don't know what Cincinnati's up to. Sorry that my charger to my laptop just came undone from the wall.
I have said this for years now. It's been years since I started saying this. The Cincinnati Bengals don't know how to build a winning football team. Because they'll go pay their wide receiver 2. I don't care how good he is. If you're paying him as much as you're paying T. Higgins, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
So, question before I get to my number 1.
Yes, T. Higgins is better than Alec Pierce, and he's making less money.
Well, yes. But what about Dallas? They got to pay Pickens.
Yeah, you have to pay Pickens, and that defense is atrocious, but at least all of your offseason things have been about the defense. And not only
with the exception of Javonte Williams.
You didn't let Trey Hendrickson just walk to a division rival.
No, it's true.
You didn't. You didn't lose a guy. You sent Osa Odighizuwa. At least you got a 3rd-round pick out of it. He didn't just walk out the building.
No, it's also true.
Now, you did trade him to an out-of-division rival, but it's almost acceptable because you got a 3rd-round pick, and you're actually building a special D-line, a special safety, not a special, a good safety room.
It's a good safety room.
Special was a little much. All right.
Yeah, it was a little much.
So, I mean.
Now, number 1. Sam gave props to Carolina earlier for Devin Lloyd. I'm about to negate that with Jalen Phillips.
That's a lot of money.
4 years, $120.
How much of that is guaranteed?
I believe like 80 of it. I think. Sam, if you want to check me real quick while I say why this is 4 years, $120. This is an awful contract. $30 million a year. Now look, Jalen Phillips was having an awesome season 3 years ago with Miami. Then tore his Achilles. Comes back the next year. Tears his ACL.
This is a person. This is an edge guy. This isn't a linebacker. He's listed at linebacker, but he's an edge guy.
He's an outside linebacker.
He's an outside linebacker. He does not drop back into coverage. All right?
No, not at all.
He does not drop back into coverage.
Bradley Chubb dropped back more in coverage than Jalen Phillips, I believe.
And here's what I'll tell you. He does not have a double-digit sack season.
No, I think 8.5 is his most.
Yes, his rookie year. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. He had an 8.5 sack season 5 years ago.
Can you get me that guaranteed money?
Then it didn't pop up. It didn't show me.
All right, hold on. I need to get this
80
guaranteed
million.
money.
80 million
Oh,
in guarantees. Yep.
Dude, I was on the money. I say 80. I'm out, bro. I'm too good for this.
The
Now,
only redeeming quality is that
he's young.
26 years old.
I don't give a poop.
That's the only thing. And if you look at, so I'm trying to protect
Devil's advocate.
Yeah. Trying to.
There's no playing devil's advocate here. When you have Scorton already with Derek Brown, you gotta pay. You gotta pay Scorton here in the next 2 years. You can't have both.
Scorton was a rookie last year. They have 3 years.
But you got to extend them in 2.
I mean, you're right. I think he's another step away from commanding a ridiculous amount of money.
Correct. You can't, and you just gave Jalen Phillips $30 a year. What are we doing?
I imagine there's an opt-out after year 3, which would allow.
Am I glad he's not on Philly anymore? Yes, because I love seeing Philly suffer. But $30 million a year. I kind of wish Philly gave him that contract. It would have handcuffed.
They're handcuffed already. But playing a little bit,
mil.
You have to be concerned about I'm assuming they're going to address it in the draft because they haven't really addressed it in free agency. Who's going to be sitting next to Derek Brown in the interior of the defensive line? But, I mean, you have Derek Brown, you have Nick Scorton and Jalen Phillips. That, if I'm a Panthers fan, that gets me a little juiced.
Derek Brown is the reason you should be juiced. Derek Brown's a top 10 defensive tackle in football, and nobody talks about it.
I would say he's even higher. He's not 8 through 10 right there. He's higher than that.
No, I agree.
But
that's all I have to say about Jalen Phillips. And you know what's funny is I told Sam this the other day. The worst position for whatever reason that I can't evaluate is edge rusher.
He can't do it. He thought Aiden Hutchinson was never going to be.
Wow.
Who Aiden Hutchinson
You're going to put me on blast for that
one? I'm putting you on blast for that one. He literally heard you say that and said, "Oh, here's 17 sacks, buddy."
Yeah, when Detroit drafted Aiden Hutchinson, I didn't think there was going to be.
And he came off I think he came off his rookie year. I think he was coming off his rookie year. If I pull him up real quick.
Hey. At least I came back with Will Anderson, and I was right about Will Anderson.
He did not have, he had 14 and a half. Never had 17.
All right, Sam, at least give me credit for Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, you said, was going to be good. And shocker, number 3 overall pick is actually good.
Hey, I missed on a number 2 overall pick. At least give me credit for a number 3 overall pick.
I think no, he came off his rookie year. He had 9.5 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson had 9.5 sacks, more than Jalen Phillips ever had, more than Mafe ever had, more than Bradley Chubbs ever had. I don't know if Bradley Chubbs had
No, Chubbs had double-digit sacks.
Okay. Anyways, 9.5 sacks, and you're like, he's just gonna bring in 8 to 9 sacks every year. He's not gonna be who you think he is. Yeah. And then to a Lions fan's face.
I did do that to a Lions fans.
And then the next year he has 11.5 sacks, 14 tackles for loss. He had an interception. Again, his rookie year, he had 3 picks. He's a pure edge, and he had 3 picks. And you're like, he's not who you think he is. Come on.
Hey, I own up my poor judgment on that. All right. I've owned up to it the last year, Sam. I've owned up for it to the last year. Okay.
Who's the other guy you thought was going to be bad?
Well, it's not that I think he's going to be bad. It's just I didn't want to hype him up. So we're not going to talk about that one. You already put me on blast once.
We'll bring it up during the draft podcast. All right.
Just know he was the number 1 overall pick in his draft.
I actually have another one that you had very much on the down low.
Who's this?
I was
Who we
more
talking about
excited
now?
about him than you were.
Who?
You know who I'm talking about.
Ezra
Donovan.
Rocco?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a second-round pick. This isn't a consensus top 5 pick.
Max Crosby was a third.
Correct, but what I'm saying is, like, when evaluating the
What
guys...
we're trying to say is that Keldrick Falk is going to be Bruce Smith 2.0.
Yeah, because I hate Keldrick Falk.
Yeah. He is
Keldrick Falk.
He's a
Falk
hater.
is not a good player.
He's a hater.
He can't rush the passer. He literally can't. Look at him at Auburn. He cannot rush the passer.
And as we move on, just remember Alec Pierce, yikes. And
Jalen Phillips blows.
Okay. All right. We spent way too much time on that.
Because you put me on blast.
I had to.
You put me on blast.
I had to. It was
No,
my
you didn't.
responsibility
You didn't
as a
have
member
to.
of the Superior Ball Knowledge Podcast to expose an unsuperior member of the Balls, unsuperior moment of the Balls, Superior Ball Knowledge group.
You
here.
also said Michael Penix was going to be better than Bo Nix. So I don't want to hear it.
There's time.
So I don't want to hear it.
There's time.
I don't want to hear it.
Anybody who got paired up with Raheem Morris was destined for failure.
Except Drake London, apparently, and Bijan.
He's not a quarterback, brother.
Well,
Quarterback. Who's a quarterback whisperer? He's not a quarterback. He's a defensive coordinator now. Shut up. That defense wasn't even good. It was decent.
Well, no, it was good.
All right. All right, Chief.
They had a good defense. They had 3 rookies up for rookie of the year.
Xavier Watts was fantastic last year.
So was James Pierce, but we're not going to utter that name again.
You know what? James Pierce, he almost ran away with it.
He knew how to hit. Come on, Sam. We were good with that one.
I thought mine was pretty good. Knew how to run. He almost ran away with it.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I don't remember what I said. Anyways, pizza.
Guys, here's Sam's theory
I got
about
pizza
styles
theory.
of pizza.
Styles.
I
of
don't know
pizza.
what he's going to say. This is scaring me.
And I have a little. I'm saying that way too much. Next week,
A little bit.
we'll be talking about a certain mascot of the Burger King variety that has.
Why are you spoiling it?
I'm
It's
spoiling.
supposed to be a surprise.
You know what? It's about intrigue, Eddie. Gosh,
Intrigue.
you did no
There's no
idea what to
intrigue.
expect.
Dude, there's no intrigue about 2 blokes, okay?
I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe you just said that. I don't. I would like to go now. I'm running away. Unreal.
What was wrong with that statement? God, and we're recording, Sam. Why are you standing?
I had to move my chair back. I'm in utter shock that you said blokes. I have no words for your uncultured.
Cultured.
You're like, for 2 blokes, you're a monster. You're a monster. Okay.
I've been a monster. Just leave me.
So, we'll start with the classic, the New York style pizza.
That's not even the classic, but okay.
It's a classic.
It's as closest to the original in Italy as you're gonna get here in America.
I guess so.
That's what he meant, guys. That's what he meant.
Now, this is about the fold pattern in New York style. People think that New Yorkers fold their slices because it's convenient, but the fold is weirdly consistent across the boroughs, across the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, the other ones. The angle is almost always the same. It's between 30 and 35 degrees. It's exact angle used in old transit mapping schematics. Some food historians quietly admit that early slice shops were located near telegraph lines, and the fold was a way to signal which neighborhoods were busiest. The grease strip, it always falls towards the direction of the nearest subway line. This is the legacy of infrastructure that no one's talking.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Really? Yes. Pizza has been, through physics, through legacy, through magic, has been
what was this, Harry Potter?
To the city of New York in a way we've never seen before. What is this?
Apparently the Harry Potter has to do with this, with magic.
That might be the most ignorant thing you've ever said, and I will not say another word till you apologize.
No, I want to hear the rest of this. There's nothing to say.
I didn't hear an apology. We got Chicago deep dish. Now, if you recall, my last little tidbit last week about casseroles. Why does deep dish take 45 minutes to bake? Why? It's absurd for a pizza.
You call
it's
it
not
casserole,
a pizza.
I'm gonna drop kick you.
The pans are made of thick metal, thick steel. The crust forms a sealed chamber. Engineers have pointed out that the heat retention profile of a deep dish pizza is almost identical to that of a small industrial kiln. Some Chicago locals swear that if you order from certain places after 10 p.m., your pie comes out too hot. Like it has something to do, like something else has happened in that oven before your order went in. Here's my point, Eddie. What is the definition of a casserole? What is it?
I don't like where this is going.
Chicago deep dish is a casserole pretending to be pizza.
I'm disappointed.
You're ashamed. You've never recognized it.
Of you.
Neapolitan pizza. What's with the 90-second rule, Eddie? Authentic Neapolitan pizza must cook exactly between 60 and 90 seconds. Not about a minute. Not until it looks done. This is a globally enforced rule. An international law, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that specific window? Food scientists, yes, food scientists, real profession people, have noted that at 900 degrees Fahrenheit, the dough forms micro blisters that resemble old maritime navigation symbols. International law. Cross the sea. Some pizza wizards claim that the pattern changes subtly depending on humidity and barometric pressure, almost as if the pizza was created to record.
You're gonna tell me that a classic Italian dish is used to do environmental testing?
Well, if you actually knew the history of meteorologists, they'd have pizza parties all the time. Even in New York, what would they order? Get an instant read over the next week of weather. That's how they do it.
Guys, I'm already losing hair. He's making me lose more.
Growing your brain.
No, I feel like I'm actually losing a brain cell from this. I'm scared to hear what you have to say about the Sicilian.
Sicilian pizza, Edward. The time slip bite.
What?
Sicilian slices are way too hot. for way too long for how thin Sicilian pizza is. It's like paper.
How thin do you think Sicilian is?
Too thin for it to stay that hot.
Sam, a Sicilian is like this.
Too hot.
It's not this. It's this.
Doesn't go beyond. My point is too hot for how thick it is anyway. This isn't Chicago deep dish casserole.
No, it's just shy of it, according to you.
Sicilian pizza. Bakers, scientist bakers, say the crumb structure traps the heat. But physicists, pizza physicists, point out that the cooling curve doesn't match standard convection models. So how is it that hot 20 minutes after it's done? Some old school baker theologists insist on resting the dough exactly 48 hours, claiming it needs to settle into the present. So where, in fact, is it lost in time? It's lost, Eddie. This is, in fact, why we see time travel in so many movies, because it's based on real life. Back to the Future. Sicilian pizza. Connect the dots.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Quote that one, folks. Back to the Future. Sicilian pizza. Guys, please quote that and put him on blast for that.
I've got 2 more styles of pizza to get through, Edward.
Good Lord.
Tavern style thin crust. We're aware of this, correct?
Well, of course I am, but I don't know about the normal people out there.
It's thin,
don't
it's
know.
greasy, it's square cut. That's what I'm getting at. The square cut tavern pizza. The grid mapping hypothesis that has been grilled in between these fingers.
Someone screenshot that and make him into a moose.
Thank you. I've always wanted to be a moose. The square cut pattern looks random, but the number of pieces often matches the number of tables in the restaurant. Some bars, taverns, cut the pizza differently depending on who's working the shift.
You actually might be onto something with that. You might be onto something with that.
Longtime regulars swear that certain corner pieces belong to certain people. And the middle pieces with no crust, they're always the first to disappear, even though they're objectively the least satisfying. Almost like people are following an unspoken. Almost as if the pizza draws people in based on where they're seated within the establishment. Tavern pizza is playing 4D chess while we sit here and listen to checkers. Not even play checkers, listen to it. This is real.
What to say to that? You might as well just move on.
The most anticipated. The Hawaiian pizza. The pineapple on pizza argument will never die.
It needs to.
Even though most people don't actually care, social media analysts, scientists, professors, astrologers have have noticed that spikes in pineapple discourse often coincide with slow news cycles or major product launches. Not only this, but it coincides with the natural heating and cooling of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The Ice Age. What they didn't want you to know? Pineapple was on the rise right before Ice Age hit. And as we reach for new heights, global warming. Whether you believe in that or not. It's manufactured for this debate. Pineapple is on the rise. So people are taking advantage of this. The original inventor of Hawaiian pizza lived thousands of miles from Hawaii. Yet the name stuck. Some marketing Scientologists, historians, think that the debate was engineered by engineers to test how quickly a food controversy can spread across regions. So let me tell you something, Eddie. Where were you when the pineapple hit?
Why do you say that? Oh, guys, I have no idea what to say to any of what this man just said. Chicago's style pizza is not a casserole.
By definition, it is.
I don't care. He forgot what a Sicilian pizza was. So gotta love that.
I was covering a lot of pizzas.
Sam, you could have asked me at least before we started airing this.
I only had so much time to write those things.
You had a week. Anyway.
Not enough time.
Okay. The angles of the fold. You know, not every New Yorker folds. Most do. Not everybody.
It's a sin. They're sinning.
Whatever you say.
It's a pizza sin.
I think the one you might be closest on is Tavern.
I don't know. Are you sure about my Sicilian time skip?
I'm not gonna dignify that with a response.
I don't know.
Just quote the Back to the Future line and call it a day. Now, we're gonna let that just sit. We're not even gonna address what he said. We're gonna let the viewers talk about this. Well, the viewer on Spotify, okay? We have more than just one viewer, thankfully, on Instagram and on YouTube, especially YouTube Shorts. We appreciate that very much. Truly. We're gonna let you guys decide how y'all feel about that. I don't want to dignify much of what he said with a response. I'm just gonna
fear the truth,
this,
Edward.
I'm just gonna segue this to our last topic of the episode. It's funny you mentioned Back to the Future. Isn't there 3 Back to the Futures? And what are we ranking? Top 5 trilogies.
If you have Back to the Future,
I don't.
as one of your...
I don't.
I would have ended it. I would have pressed stop the podcast, kick him out. I'll finish it myself. Done with you.
I do not have Back to the Future. Now, but Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox were awesome. Can't deny it. Sam, we're gonna go one by one with this. We're not gonna go straight.
Who's your 5? Who's your 5, Eddie?
I gotta go first. Yep. Now, this is subjectively speaking, folks, not objectively. This is subjectively speaking.
Subjectively speaking, everybody.
Now, I will say there's one on the list that I didn't do subjectively, but that's because it deserves its props. Okay? And Sam knows what trilogy I'm talking about. I had to put it on the list. I just don't think he'll like where I put it on the list. My number 5 is the original Jurassic Park trilogy. With Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff? I know Jeff. I don't know any of those other people. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the other of the original Jurassic Park, but good movies.
Yeah, I appreciate the props for that one. It took me a while to figure out 5. I was actually leaning towards the animated trilogy of Cars, but the third one takes it out of the equation.
The second one was the best.
1 and 2 definitely were very, very good.
Completely different tones. Cars 2 was really Mater 1.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what made it so special to us.
I agree. Who's your 5?
I am going to put the Hobbit trilogy. It is remarkably well done, and the CGI is really something special.
Now you're saying I will agree with what you just said. I don't have it on my list. But
not a lot of people do. But if you go back and you watch it, it's extremely entertaining. There's no holes in it. You know what I mean? Bilbo progresses. He doesn't stay. He's not a static character. He progresses as a character throughout the films, and he does really well.
No disagreement. It's just for me personally, I could not put it on the list.
He doesn't like fiction, guys.
Not true. All right, it's not true. Now, my number 4 is the objectively speaking trilogy. I've only ever watched it once.
Oh.
And this is gonna kill him. Because if I remember, he's probably gonna have it at 1, if not 2. But Sam, when you hear the 3 ahead of it, you'll understand why it's at 4.
I won't understand. I'll fight you. I'll fly down to. I will fly to where you are, that undisclosed location, and I will drop kick you.
Lord of the Rings, guys. It's an awesome trilogy. It is. However, for me, because this is a subjective list, I could not put it in the top 3. Now, Sam, you'll understand the first 2 ahead of it. Number 3, you are going to despise me for, but I don't care. It's my list.
I know exactly what it is. I want to yell it right now. I want to lose.
I don't think you know what it is.
Okay, number 4.
I don't think you know what my 3 is, but okay.
I think I would like to punch you in the face.
Okay, buddy. What's your 4?
I will say this is not going to be a perfect list. And the third movie of this particular trilogy is not that good, but the first 2 are so good that it carries the rest of it. The Hangover.
The Hangover trilogy is really good. I love Ed Helms in those films.
It does.
That's a good pull.
Really well done.
It's a really good pull.
Before we do one, if we have any honorable mentions, we should throw them out there.
Well done. I like that. I like that.
Continue. 3.
My number 3. I am going to go to the Marvel Universe for this.
Okay, it's now where I thought you were going to say Toy Story, and I was actually going to kill you.
Well, here's the thing. The first Toy Story has 4 movies.
We're not talking about Toy Story. Who's your movie? What's your trilogy?
Hold on.
We're not. No. I'm cutting you off. We are not talking about Toy Story. We are not talking about it.
But I'm gonna say if it was gonna be a trilogy on a list, it'd be the first 3 because number 4 doesn't count for real fans. Anyway, Marvel Universe. No, it's not Iron Man. No, it's not Thor. It's not Ant-Man.
Of course, it's not Ant-Man.
No, Ant-Man, no. The third one, Quantumania,
The
blows.
second one wasn't even good.
Yeah, but it's still better than Quantumania.
Go on.
Dreams of the Galaxy trilogy is awesome.
It is awesome. It is awesome.
When you can produce either an 8 or a 9 out of 10 3 times, that's hard to do.
It's hard to do. Not only is it hard to do, but
with a D tier list of comic book actors, or not comic book actors, comic book characters. That's impressive.
That's my point. Yep.
Well done, James Gunn, and all the actors and actresses: Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel. Well done.
Hey, I just want to point this out real quick. On our lists, 2 different trilogies involving Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper!
Anyways.
What's your 3? Let's hear it.
My number 3. Let me just double check this. I don't want to mess this up.
If you piss me off, you're getting drop kicked.
As if you could do.
And Sam, I want to point out that I did a scrimmage basketball game, and we did a tip-off for all 4 quarters, and I won the one I did in the 4th quarter.
Oh,
I
you
won
did.
the tip-off.
You know who else cares about that? Not our viewers.
I'm just pointing out I can't jump. I can jump.
Third is going to be... You can slide maybe a piece of A4 paper underneath your shoes when you jump.
Bro, what's wrong?
Alright, the Dark Knight trilogy sits at 3 for me.
Okay.
And other than the first one is still a good movie. It's a solid movie.
It's solid.
It's
a 6 out of 10 at best.
Okay, I want to point this out, everybody. He put Captain America Brave New World at least a 7 out of 10. But Batman Begins is a 6.
Yeah, Brave New World is a better movie than Batman Begins.
Go watch it again. And then tell me that. That is the most unhinged answer. You watched Batman Begins once. You didn't pay attention, and then
I watched it more than once. I've watched this trilogy at least 15 times.
Brave New World doesn't even touch any of those movies.
But Sam, The Dark Knight, because here's the thing. We're going to combine your 3 with my 2, because my 2 is also the Dark Knight trilogy. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises are 10 out of 10s. I don't give a poot what anybody says about Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
He was fantastic.
10. Tom Hardy was awesome. I don't care. Get off. Stop.
But here's the thing. Here's what you need to understand. You don't understand 3 without watching 1. 1 creates 3.
And I know that, but as a movie itself, Batman Begins is lackluster when it comes to the trilogy aspect.
How can, without 1, you have no idea what's going on in 3, not change the if you had just said as a standalone movie, it's not up to par. That's one thing. You just said that as part of the trilogy, it's not good. When without it, 3 doesn't even make sense. If you haven't seen 1, get out of here. All right, my number 2.
Hey, but we can both agree that The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, Christian Bale, that performance is amazing. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger.
Two-Face. Two-Face was fantastic.
Harvey Dent, yeah.
Harvey Dent was incredible.
He was awesome.
Love that actor, by the way.
The Dark Knight movie might be a top 10 movie of all time.
Next.
Don't disappoint me. I know what you're going to do, and you're going to disappoint me.
Spider-Man. The OG Spider-Man movies. Green
Sam,
Goblin.
that means I know what your 1 is, and you left off one of the greatest trilogies of all time. You can give me flack for Lord of the Rings at 4, I at least still put it on the list. You left off 3 movies that came out, one in 1977, 1980, and 1983. This opinion is going to be invalid no matter what you say about the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
The silence is deafening. Well, Eddie, these were subjective lists. So
I'm just going to call it as it is now. It's a bad list. I still respected movies that you loved. I gave it its due. I can't believe what you just did. I cannot believe what you just did. I can't believe it. I'm in awe. I'm in shock.
Number 1.
No. No. Let me be clear. Your number 1's Lord of the Rings, right?
One could ascertain that.
Yes or no is the answer.
You're the person who goes first.
I need to make sure before I go on my little tangent, before I continue it, is Lord of the Rings your number 1?
I plead the fifth. I can't answer that right now. I can answer
that means yes, guys.
5 minutes. Does it?
That means yes. No, that means yes, because your reaction to me putting it at 4, I thought you would at least have had it at 2. But the fact that you left off Star Wars is blasphemous.
All right, Stephen A.
No, you can call me Stephen A. Smith all you want. It is utterly disrespectful to George Lucas and to every actor, actress, producer. That is an awful take to leave it out of the top 5. Absolutely, undeniably awful. Star Wars revolutionized the film industry. We would not have sci-fi movies the way it is today without A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Back in the day, everyone was, and it still happens now, the sequel is always worse than the original. Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel movie other than The Dark Knight to exist. And it has one of the most shocking lines in film history. Nobody expected Darth Vader to go, "I am your father." And you left that off the list? What is wrong with you? This is terrible. I'm disappointed. I'm flabbergasted. You had the audacity to put The Hobbit on the list over Star Wars. And The Hobbit, I don't disagree, can be in the top 5. I still gave the respect that The Lord of the Rings deserves. And you left Star Wars off the list. Awful. Awful.
Here's what I can tell you is that from a storytelling perspective, from a writing perspective, Star Wars is right up there, second to none. All right. I cannot go back and watch those movies and be like, I'm having a great time right now.
What?
That's a subjective.
I get that, but that's just a bad opinion. It's just a wrong opinion.
It's a wrong opinion.
What? And I understand the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy do not uphold those expectations. I get it. But the prequel trilogies look much better now than they did when they came out.
The prequel trilogies
They look much better now than when they came out.
It's very
no
good.
denying that.
The sequel sucks. The three most recent movies.
Well, Force Awakens is solid, but the other two suck. The other two suck.
They had a great setup. The rest sucks.
Yeah, and they blew it. But you left out 1977's A New Hope, 1980's Empire Strikes Back, and 1983 Return of the Jedi. You just disrespected Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, rest in peace to Carrie Fisher, rest in peace to Peter Mayhew, rest in peace to Kenny Baker, who plays R2-D2. You disrespected Anthony Daniels with that one. Rest in peace Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett. Rest in peace James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader. Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian. This is awful. This might be the worst take you've ever had on any one of these podcast episodes we have ever filmed. And I'm doing my best to stay as calm as possible because this is awful.
And then I have the original Star Wars trilogy as my number one.
No, he changed it on purpose.
Thank you for listening.
Guys, it's Lord of the Rings. Don't let him fool you. It's Lord of the Rings. We have these conversations all the time. Do not let him fool you. It is Lord of the Rings.
I don't know.
Okay? He will give you more insight on it than I did. All right? He gets his time to explain why he left off one of the most iconic, one of the best storytelling trilogies of all time. I can't wait to hear the explanation.
So, what the Lord of the Rings is it's a
I have him flustered.
I mean, they're both stories about reluctant heroes, right?
True.
They're
True.
very similar in that sense. And then they go and they meet the Grand Wizard that's supposed to guide them on their journey, which is Obi-Wan and Gandalf. And then the magical wizards.
We're comparing them now.
And then the magical wizards disappear and go do their side quests throughout the movie, right? They die. Obi-Wan comes back as a ghost. Gandalf comes back as Gandalf the White. Okay.
Can't believe we're comparing them right now.
Then
you can't compare sci-fi to fantasy. You can't do that.
They're the exact same thing, other than setting. They're the exact same story. They have to go destroy the ring and Mount Doom. Star Wars, they gotta go destroy the Death Star. The same story, dressed up differently.
Do we have a surprise I am your father kind of line? I think not.
I think when they storm the battlefield with a bunch of frickin' ghosts, I think that's surprise enough, brother.
People were leaving the theaters crying because of that line. Because of how terrifying and villainous they created Darth Vader.
Sauron didn't even need a body. Anyways, my
Darth
point
Vader's
is
literally 80% robot.
My point is that Sauron didn't even need a physical manifestation to portray how massive of a bad guy is. We're going way over time, guys. Way over time. My point is that they're basically the same story, window dressed differently. This is what you learn when you study storytelling, literature, movies. 90%, it's the same story. Maybe they flip a couple tropes on their head. Maybe they're different in a couple regards. They don't have the exact same lines. They're not written or scripted the exact same. Because nobody would go to the movies or read any books ever.
Yeah, I hope.
So, but at the end of the day, different worlds, different universes, different rules, but the same story between Frodo to who's the little friend that follows the main character along and makes sure he stays on the bright and true? R2-D2 and Samwise Gamgee.
It's not R2-D2, but okay.
You get my point.
Yoda.
Another old master that dies. Shocker.
Frank Oz, great job doing the voice.
Fantastic job. Anyways.
We wouldn't have gone over time if you didn't leave off Star Wars. I'm just pointing.
Anyways, let us know whose list was better. We will catch you next week.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Please leave some comments. I'm very genuinely curious. I better hear some people roasting this wrong opinion. Put this man on blast. Clip it.
Have a good one, folks.